Hey guys, did you know this is what an autistic person looks like? There is no one way to look autistic, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. My name is Amanda Dittlinger, and like I said, I am a neurodivergent woman. I have autism, ADHD, aphantasia, and a rare memory disorder called SDAM. Since finding out and getting diagnosed with autism, I have had a couple people tell me, well, you don't look autistic. Well, here's the thing. There is no one way to look autistic. And that's one reason why I have started making videos about all these different neurodivergencies. Because a neurodivergent person doesn't look one way or the other. Neurodivergent people come in every single flavor of human. So coming up to somebody who shares with you that they are autistic and telling them that they don't look autistic is not a good thing. And here's the reason why. One, they are autistic, so you're invalidating their experience. Two, what does that say about people who are autistic? Are you saying that they are less than because this person, oh, don't worry, you don't look autistic? Well, there's nothing wrong with being autistic. So why does it matter if I look autistic or not? Because I am, and there's nothing wrong with that. This goes for any disability. I just watched a video put on by Burke, who is a blind YouTuber that I've been following for many years. And she actually had the same topic. She was talking about how people would say that she did not sometimes appear to be blind. And she was saying that, blindness is a spectrum and there's no one way to look blind. And that is so true. I mean, just like autism, it's a spectrum. There is no one way to look autistic. The media portrays autistic characters in one or two different ways, but there's like as many ways to present as autistic as there are people and humans on this planet. I really liked Molly's video because she was talking about how if you go up to somebody and tell them that they don't appear to be their disability, you're not doing them any favor. You're invalidating their experience. Because, like for her, she is blind. And to tell her that she doesn't look blind, what does that do for her? Nothing. She is blind. So why are you saying she doesn't look blind? For me, or any autistic person, if you tell them they don't look autistic, that's not doing them any favors. That just invalidates their experience. I am autistic. There's nothing wrong with being autistic. Why would you say I don't look that way? It just doesn't make any sense at all. You are either saying, oh my gosh, don't worry, honey, you don't look autistic. Am I, too normal to look autistic? Well, what's that saying about people who don't present like I do? And let me tell you, just because I can pass as neurotypical isn't a good thing necessarily. I didn't get diagnosed with autism until 1 month ago. And that means I've spent 42 years of my life masking, trying to be normal. So now I'm trying to unravel all that just to learn how to be myself. Because masking and trying to be somebody who you aren't isn't good for your mental health. In Molly's video, she was talking about how she trained herself to focus her eyes in so that she would appear sighted when she was talking to people. And she now realizes that it takes a lot of effort and mental work to make her eyes focus in, when sometimes her eyes just want to relax and kind of move around her head freely. Same thing for an autistic person. When we are masking and trying to appear normal, it takes a lot of more mental energy. Like right now, you might have seen me pull up my fidget. I like to have fidgets, and I've only started using these since I became diagnosed autistic. They help me think. When my hands are moving, my brain can think better. So before, when I was masked, I would learn to kind of keep my hands still because normal people just don't flail around, which is what I would want to do to keep my mind being able to talk normally. And then having fidgets also helps me do that. But keeping myself contained and still takes a lot of effort because my brain was silently telling myself, okay, be still, be calm, be small, don't be big and boisterous. Then sometimes by focusing on this, my face would become blank. It's hard to remember that you should smile and have movement, and just like there's certain things that you can do to your face to feel like you're more normal. But a lot of times autistic people will kind of have more of a monotone face and tone because they're trying to get their brain to spit out the words that they're trying to say. So all I'm trying to say is that autism can be an invisible disability, but looking or appearing normal, that's not the goal. Like, that shouldn't be the goal for anybody in this life. Just be yourself, be who you are, do what's comfortable. As long as you're not harming anybody else, then, express yourself wildly with your hands if that's what feels comfortable. If you're blind, don't try to keep your eyes focused in on a sighted person. Let them move about. The sighted person can just adjust and not even worry about it. My best friend, Joy Ross, she's blind, and sometimes she will kind of turn her head and talk towards me and we'll have a conversation. But here's the funny thing, as an autistic person, we don't like eye contact that much anyway. So a lot of times we'll sit on the couch next to each other. She'll just kind of be talking because she's relaxed and doesn't want to have to appear sighted, and I'm totally cool with that because then I'm not trying to have to make eye contact because I don't really like eye contact. So we pair up so well. Oh my goodness. Joy Ross is another amazing YouTuber, so make sure you follow her on YouTube. Shout out. Anyway, oh well, and that is kind of funny. You know what? My videos, I have ADHD. My videos are going to be tangent ridden because that's just part of how my brain works. Wait, where was I going with that? Oh God, ADHD. Joy Ross, disability. Oh yes. Okay. So yes, I have been a disability advocate my entire life. And I've always called myself an ally to the disability community, and then it was like, once I got my diagnosis, I'm like, oh my God, I'm part of the disability community. I'm like, that felt weird. Not in a bad way, but it just felt like, I think it's because I've always related to people with disabilities. I didn't know I was disabled, but I related to them because I could see the struggle and how people would treat people with disabilities different. And it always frustrated me. I never understood why people with disabilities are just as amazing and variety as any other human being. There's oh God, it's so hard to say it all. But so I have followed disability accounts, for the last several years since social media started kind of highlighting people with disabilities. And that's one thing that I absolutely love about YouTube and Instagram. I'm not really on TikTok really, but it gives a platform and a voice to people with disabilities because media pushes down people with disabilities. It doesn't give them a spot. And when it does, it doesn't portray them as how they really are. It's getting better slightly, but not where it should be. Like some of the, people portrayed in the media by or some of the characters in media who are autistic characters are not played by autistic actors. And autistic people can tell because there is an inauthenticity to their acting because they are not neurodivergent. And a neurodivergent person can kind of spot another neurodivergent person once we kind of know what we're looking for. I followed Molly Burke for many years. I followed Squirmy and Grubs. I followed Footless Joe. I started following Joy Ross, and then when, you know, I found out that she lived in my city, and so we actually ended up becoming really good friends. But yeah, I've always followed and wanted to hear voices of disabled people so that I could be a better ally to the disability community. And then, boom, Amanda, you're autistic. And it's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like, it's my home. It's where I feel comfortable. These are my people. And I am going to be raise my voice up and speak because I can. I have the privilege to be able to be a voice on the internet that educates and is open to people asking questions and politely inquiring how, you know, things that they might wonder about an autistic person, but they wouldn't feel comfortable talking to an autistic person about. I'm kind of being that invitation, again, with politeness. And I am one autistic voice, one ADHD voice, one, you know, and that, but I can shed a perspective on this. I hope this video edits together. My brain is just not wanting to say words fluently. So I have been talking about autism and ADHD as disabilities and not aphantasia and STEM. One of the reasons is because those are neurodivergencies, but they are not in the DSM-5 yet because aphantasia and SDAM are still being studied by scientists and researchers. So right now they are not official diagnoses, and anybody with those neurodivergencies are self-diagnosed, including myself. And self-diagnosis, in a lot of cases for a lot of neurodivergencies, is valid. I actually do have an idea for a video. Oh, no, let me see. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope it makes sense. I hope you enjoyed it. Just full of passion, and sometimes my words do not come out the way that I want them to. And that's really frustrating, but I'm working on it, and I hope I get better. Until the next one, guys, have a good one.